So the last 2 weeks have been pretty hectic, both for the channel and for the entertainment industry in general. So let's not waste any time and get straight into it. Now, first up are the Golden Globes, which took place on 28th Feb. Now, Golden Globes are probably the biggest award shows before the Oscars for movies and the biggest award shows for TV shows. And I will link the complete list of the winners down in the description, but here are some of the more interesting ones. Nomadland won Best Motion Picture Drama category. Borat 2 for the Best Motion Picture Musical/Comedy. Aaron Sorkin won Best Screenplay. And Chloe Zhao won Best Director, which makes her the second woman to ever do so in the history. And the first Asian woman to ever win this award. And of course, the animated feature was won by Soul by Pixar Studios. And in the television section, Netflix was dominating like nobody's business, winning 6 out of the 11 available awards. Most notably, the best television drama went to The Crown, while the best television comedy went to Schitt's Creek. Best performance for both lead actor and actress went to the stars from The Crown, while The Queen's Gambit won Best Miniseries. And now we have to talk about DC and how they have no idea what they are doing. So I am pretty sure everyone is familiar with the Snyder Cut of the Justice League that's coming to HBO Max on 18th March. Now, while that is coming on 18th March, and Zack Snyder in an interview recently talked about how the Snyder Cut is going to leave on a cliffhanger because he originally wanted to make the movie in 2 parts. And he's willing to come back to do that. But while that is going on, DC is already working on a script for the reboot of the Superman franchise, which is going to be produced by J.J. Abrams. Now, a lot of DC fans are not happy with the news, mainly because it's not confirmed if Henry Cavill will return as Superman, and more importantly, because a lot of people don't like J.J. Abrams, mainly because of Star Wars. So we have to see if there are any other important names attached to this, or if the Snyder Cut does really well, they might change their decision, which I doubt they are going to do. Now, speaking of Henry Cavill, there are some rumors that, if turn out to be true, are going to be great for him and for everyone else. So it started when Henry Cavill posted a picture of him getting dressed with a script alongside. Now, most people thought this was a script for the Witcher Season 2 that he's working on. But a few people who have a little too much time on their hand enhanced the images and looked around and saw that the images contained words that were not from the Witcher franchise but from the Mass Effect series. Now, this blew up suddenly, and everyone was talking about how we are getting a Mass Effect series with Henry Cavill in the lead role. And so far, this is just a rumor. Henry Cavill is a pretty big gamer, and he might be trolling us intentionally. But this lines up pretty well considering we are also getting a Mass Effect remastered trilogy as well as a new Mass Effect game. So if it turns out to be true, that will be really big for the gaming industry, because again, Mass Effect has one of the best stories in a franchise, and it can be pretty well adapted to a TV show. And second of all, for Henry Cavill, because again, he will have played 3 major characters at this point from popular franchises. So it's a win-win all around, unless you don't like Henry Cavill, so that will be a problem for you. Speaking of rumors, we again have the rumor that Amber Heard has been fired from her role in Aquaman 2. Now, this is related to the controversy with her and Johnny Depp. Now, Johnny Depp fans have been demanding that she be removed from the movie for a long time now. And again, this is just a rumor at this point, and we can't take anything for granted until we get an official statement from Warner Brothers themselves, which, if the rumor is true, we might get within a week, 2 weeks, but I don't think it's true at this point, at least. But who knows? Now, we also know David Fincher's next project, and for a lot of people, this is going to be far more exciting than his last outing. This time, he is adapting a French comic called The Killer. It's about an unnamed assassin. The script is being written by Andrew Kevin Walker. He's the person who wrote the script for Seven, and he is the person who helped finish the final script for Fight Club. So, very exciting news for any David Fincher fans. The lead that they are looking at is Michael Fassbender for now, but again, that is not confirmed. The rest of the stuff is confirmed, but the main actor has not been cast as of yet. Next up, we finally have the lead cast for Martin Scorsese's new movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. The lead role will be played by Jesse Plemons. He has had a few decent small roles, but this is going to be his big break. And his co-stars are going to be Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. That is some serious pressure. The movie has a pretty big budget, and this is also an adaptation, so we are getting a lot of adaptations lately. I'm going to talk about a few more soon, and hopefully it's going to be good because again it's being backed up by Apple and it's going to be an exclusive for Apple TV. So we just have to wait and see. Now, for any Avatar The Last Airbender fans out there, the creators of Avatar are opening a new studio being backed up by Nickelodeon, and they are going to start off a new spin-off series as well as a movie in the Avatar universe, and it's all going to be animated. So hooray for all the Avatar fans out there, because M. Night Shyamalan really did a number on the franchise. And I have some very good news for horror fans as well. We have the first look at The Medium. Now, this is an upcoming horror movie from the creators of The Wailing. Now, The Wailing is one of the best horror movies ever made. It's a Korean movie, and the new movie is going to be a Thai movie. So, hopefully, it's going to be really good because the creators have never made a bad movie actually. So, this is going to be good to see. Now, in some Bollywood news, we have the first trailer for Mumbai Saga. Now, this is the new movie by the creators of Shootout at Lokhandwala. Now, I know we are going to judge the movie properly when it comes out because we don't know how the movie is going to turn out. But what's up with this color grading? Like, am I the only one who thinks this looks weird? This looks like a really bad Instagram filter. So, I'm not sure how the story is going to be, but I don't think I like the color grading in this movie. And the last news before we go to the rapid fire round is that the creator of Godzilla vs. Kong has confirmed that the movie will not end in a draw. We are definitely going to see who the winner is. And personally, I think Godzilla is stronger considering the nuclear energy and all. But we just have to wait and see the movie. But again, my bet is on Godzilla. I'm not sure about yours. Okay, so now this is going to be the rapid fire round, so you need to get ready. It has been confirmed that we are getting a Twisted Metal series adaptation. We have the first trailer for the Mortal Kombat movie. The Halo series is moving to Paramount Plus. Paddington 3 is now officially in development. We have the release dates for Mission Impossible 7 and A Quiet Place 2. Both of them will go directly to Paramount's streaming service 45 days after releasing in the theaters. Now, from Amazon Prime, we have the official trailer for the new animated superhero series Invincible. This series is also an adaptation, this time from a comic, and this is going to be a little more adult from the typical animated superhero show, both in terms of story and the visuals. Also from Amazon Prime, The Boys Season 3 has officially started shooting. Now from Disney, we have the official title for the third Spider-Man movie, and it's going to be called Spider-Man No Way Home. We have the official release date for The Bad Batch. This is the new Star Wars animated series. It will be out on 4th May. We also have two new trailers from Disney. First is the trailer for Cruella, the live action prequel about the villain from 101 Dalmatians. And on a more positive note, we have the first trailer for Pixar's next animated feature, Luca. Moving on to Netflix, we have the teaser for Shadow and Bone. It's an adaptation of the fantasy novels by Leigh Bardugo, and the reception so far seems very positive. We also have the first trailer for Dota Dragon's Blood. Now we have a short teaser for a new superhero adaptation coming to Netflix called Jupiter's Legacy. The show is an adaptation of a comic by the same name created by Mark Millar, the creator behind Kick-Ass and Kingsman, and it will be out on 7th May 2021. And lastly, we have the trailer for Zack Snyder's zombie heist movie Army of the Dead. And if you're somehow stuck till the end of the video, first of all, thank you for watching. Second of all, I'm going to link in the description a really good article by the New York Times called Anime is Booming, so why are animators living in poverty? This is a really good article about the animation industry in Japan, and it gives a good overview of the animation industry in general. So you should definitely check it out. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.